There's an estimated 83 million motor vehicles in the world today, and it's growing every day. Don't you ever wonder what kind of damage this is doing to our environment? The burning of fossil fuels such as coals and oils are emitting greenhouse gases that have slowly changed our climate over the years. There's not only this environmental impact, but also health effects as well. There are things that we can do to help so that the Earth will be just as beautiful for generations to come. For over the past 200 years, the burning of fossil fuels such as coal and oil and also deforestation have caused the concentrations of heat-trapping greenhouse gases to increase significantly in our atmosphere. These gases prevent heat from escaping to space, somewhat like the glass panels of a greenhouse. Greenhouse gases are necessary to life as we know it, but as the concentrations of these gases continue to increase in the atmosphere, the Earth's temperature is climbing above past levels. According to the NOAA and NASA data, the Earth's average surface temperature has increased by about 1.2 to 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit in the last 100 years. The 8 warmest years on record since 1850 have all occurred since 1998, with 2005 being the warmest year. Most of the warming in recent decades is very likely the result of human activities. Other aspects of the climate are also changing, such as rainfall patterns, snow and ice covers, and sea level. If the greenhouse gases continue to increase, climate models predict that the average temperature on the Earth's surface could increase from 3.2 to 7.2 degrees Fahrenheit above 1990 levels by the end of this century. Scientists are certain that human activities are changing the composition of the atmosphere and that increasing the concentration of greenhouse gases will change the planet's climate. The United States government has established a comprehensive policy to address climate change. This policy has 3 basic components. First is the slowing and the growth of emissions. Second, strengthening science, technology, and institutions. And third, enhancing international cooperation. The federal government is implementing this policy through voluntary and incentive-based programs and has established major government-wide programs to advance climate technologies and improve climate science. Some programs include Energy Star, Climate Leaders, and our methane voluntary programs, and all of them encourage emission reductions from large corporations, consumers, industrial and commercial buildings, and many other industrial sectors. The goal is to slow the growth of emissions and therefore lessen the output of greenhouse gases. Global warming is causing our climate to change, and that affects people, plants, and animals. Many elements of human society and the environment are sensitive to climate variability and change. Human health, agriculture, natural ecosystems, coastal areas, and heating and cooling requirements are examples of climate-sensitive systems. Scientists have observed that some changes have already occurred. Observed effects include the sea levels have risen, shrinking glaciers, changes in range and the distribution of plants where they're growing in different areas. The trees are starting to bloom earlier. The growing seasons are lengthening. There's also ice on rivers, and the lakes are freezing later than normal and breaking up earlier than normal, and also permafrost is starting to thaw. Another key issue being studied is how societies and the Earth's environment will adapt or cope with this climate change. In the United States, scientists believe that most areas will continue to warm, although some will likely warm more than others. It remains very difficult to predict which parts of the country will become wetter or drier, but scientists generally expect increased precipitation and evaporation and drier soil in the middle parts of the country. Northern regions such as Alaska are expected to experience the most warming. In fact, Alaska has been experiencing significant changes in climate in recent years and may be at least partly related to human-caused global climate change. Not only are there these environmental effects, but there are also health effects. Human beings are exposed to climate change through changing weather patterns more intense and indirectly through changes in water, air, food quality, ecosystems, agriculture, and the economy. All these are factors in our daily life. Extreme temperatures can lead to loss of life, while climate-related disturbances in ecological systems, such as changes in the range of ineffective parasites, can indirectly impact the incidence of serious infectious diseases. In addition, warm temperatures can increase air and water pollution, which in turn harm human health. The IPCC has noted that the global population at risk from vector-borne malaria will increase between 220 million and 400 million in the next century. Also, tick-borne Lyme disease also is expected to range and grow in Canada. However, socioeconomic factors, such as public health measures, will play a large role in determining the existence or extent of such infections. Climate change is expected to contribute to some air quality problems as well. Respiratory disorders may be exacerbated by warming-induced increases in the frequency of smog events and also particulate air pollution. Also, climate change may increase the concentration of ground-level ozone. Ground-level ozone can damage lung tissue and is especially harmful for those with asthma and other chronic lung diseases. Sunlight and high temperatures, combined with other pollutants such as nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds, can cause ground-level ozone to increase. All of these are serious factors to consider, and without changing our ways, it will only get worse. This is why we need to do all that we can do to help now. You release greenhouse gases as a result of using the energy to drive, using electricity to light your house and heat your home, and through other activities that support a quality of life, such as growing food, raising livestock, and throwing away garbage. Greenhouse gas emissions can be reduced through some simple measures. Make a few small changes in your home and your yard, and it can lead to big reductions in greenhouse gas emissions and save you money. First, the easiest thing to do is change a light bulb in your house. If you replace the conventional bulbs in your house, the 5 most frequently used lights, with bulbs that have Energy Star, you will save the environment while saving money on your energy bills. If every household in the United States took this one simple action and changed 5 light bulbs in their house to Energy Star light bulbs, we would prevent greenhouse gases equivalent to the emissions from nearly 10 million cars. Also, simple steps like cleaning your air filters regularly and having your heating and cooling equipment tuned annually by a licensed contractor can have energy and increase your comfort at your own house, and at the same time reduce greenhouse gas emissions. When it's time to replace your old equipment, choose a high efficiency model and make sure it's properly sized and installed. Also, if there's a recycling program in your community, recycle newspapers, beverage containers, paper, and other goods. Use products and containers that can be recycled and items that can be repaired or reused. In addition, support recycling markets by buying products made from recycled materials. Reducing, reusing, and recycling in your home helps conserve energy and reduces pollution and greenhouse gases from resource extraction, manufacturing, and disposal. There are many other ways to help save the environment, but those are a few simple things we could also do. Other things include using green power, use water efficiently, use a push mower because it doesn't consume any fossil fuels, and seal and insulate your home to save energy. Global warming is a real threat, and we need to take it seriously. Greenhouse gases are causing global warming and therefore changing our climate. This impacts the environment as much as our health personally. The Earth's temperature will only keep escalating if we don't do something about it. The EPA has already taken the initiative to control greenhouse gas emissions, but it is up to each and every one of us to do our part. Change your light bulbs to Energy Star efficient ones and start recycling. These, among many others, are simple steps we can all take to ensure that we're not emitting too much greenhouse gases and will try and save our environment. This will keep it beautiful for generations to come. Let's all do our part.